Well, good afternoon, White County. Don Strength back in here with you from the Office of White County Emergency Management on your, what is this, Saturday? Yeah, Saturday afternoon. And most of the snow has come to an end across White County. We still have a few flurries out there, and that will continue for another hour or two. But the meaningful, measurable snow has come to an end across White County. And now we brace for a very, very cold night across the area and well, for the next couple of days. So the overnight temperatures tonight will drop down into maybe the single digits. We're looking at 9 degrees possibly for the overnight low tonight in both Helen and in Cleveland. And you'll notice the wind has picked up out there. So we're getting into that a couple of 2 or 3 hours there where we could have 20 to 30 mile per hour wind gust. We're also seeing a lot of blowing snow out there. So the wind is kind of a double-edged sword. We're hoping the wind will help us blow the snow off the roads and help us dry the roads that have been worked by our road crews. But it could also bring down a few trees. Now, we don't expect that to be a widespread issue, and we're not anticipating widespread power outages this afternoon. But there could be a handful of trees that fall, and there could be some scattered power outages. It's going to be very cold tonight, folks. Like I said, the overnight low in the upper single digits, but the wind chill factor. I mean, look at this. We're talking anywhere from -5, possibly as cold as -10 across the region when we get into some of those 30-mile-per-hour wind gusts. So if you're going to be outdoors this evening, you've got to dress appropriately. You got to dress in layers. You cannot have any exposed skin whatsoever. You got to be completely covered from head to toe. So keep that in mind. It only takes just a few minutes to get into trouble with hypothermia and frostbite. So, best idea, don't venture out. Now, some of the roads very obviously are going to have black ice tomorrow morning when you get up. So you've got to make sure that you don't travel first thing tomorrow unless it's an absolute emergency. I mean, we're going to the upper single digits tonight. So any moisture left on the roadway is going to be completely frozen tomorrow morning. Again, our state routes, our major county highways, our road departments are doing a phenomenal job. They're out there working those now, and they will continue to work those to get them in as good a shape as they can. But with temperatures going as low as they are going to go tonight, there's just only so much they can do. There will be ice on the roadways tomorrow morning. So the snow is over. Let's talk about how much snow we received across White County, thanks to Alan Sykes, who was able to get these numbers to us this afternoon. And these were officially numbers that were taken by folks who know what they're doing. So we appreciate these numbers from Alan. And it ranges anywhere from 4 inches over there on Stovall Road, Duncan Bridge, down to about 3.25 inches on Daniel Drive and Stancil Road. We got 2.5 inches Asbury Mill and Peaceful Valley Road, and believe 2.5 was the lowest number, and that's about what we measured here at the Public Safety Complex on Helen Highway, just north of downtown Cleveland. So we ranged anywhere from 2.5 inches up to 4. I was out there on Duncan Bridge earlier, and I can tell you that 4 inch is accurate. A lot more snow on the eastern side of White County and even into Habersham. I think Habersham's totals are going to probably come in somewhere around 5 inches, or at least 4.5. They got more snow than we did. We had a little dry pocket that moved right across White County. There was more snow to our east, and it looks like there may have been more snow to our west, not by much, but maybe by a half inch or so. Places like Dawsonville, down into Cumming, and then right across Lake Lanier. We may have actually seen a little bit of lake effect snow as the convergence of those two air masses moved over Lake Lanier earlier this afternoon. We saw a heavy burst of snow break out, and right there around Buford, the northern part of Gwinnett County, the intersection there at 85 and 985 had a lot of snow, and it came down so fast there were a lot of travel problems in that area a couple of hours ago. So just a very interesting and fascinating weather setup that we have had here today across Georgia. This is not the type of setup that we typically need to have a good snow in the North Georgia mountains. This was a upper level low that spun up a surface low off the Atlantic coast, and it brought in Arctic air with it. It's just not the setup that we typically see. Normally, we get our moisture from the Gulf of America or Gulf of Mexico, and then we have that cold air that comes down from the north, and we get our snow. So typically, this type setup only brings us a flurry or two, but yep, we got some measurable snow out of this one. Folks, this will be our final update for you across White County. We're going home and we're going to try to get some rest. Between last week's ice storm, actually 2 weeks before that, the flood, last week's ice storm, and then this weekend snowstorm. We're about to get out of here for a little while, but thank you for listening to what we were telling you and staying off the roadways. That made our job a whole lot easier. We're not out of this yet. I still say that the cold air that we're going to deal with tonight and tomorrow is going to end up being the headline for this storm system. The 2 to 4 inches of snow that we got was just a byproduct of this bitter cold air coming at us from the north. Be very careful out there. Don't get yourself stranded out in this cold tonight. It could be life-threatening. Be very careful. Be very safe. And we'll see you on the next potential storm system right here on White County Public Safety.